Okay, so we are in Berryville, Arkansas. We're at Walmart. I thought he was going to talk, but he's not going to talk. I just made him go through something traumatic. He had to go in like a homeless person and clean himself up in a public Walmart bathroom.
It was just kind of awkward. We had bathroom wet wipes is all we had with us, and so we went in and we sweated quite a bit today. So we just went in and went to a bathroom and kind of wiped off and did that kind of thing. And
I took a
it was just kind of weird.
I took, and I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
So whatever.
Whatever.
But anyhow, we're back in the car now, and we got something cold to drink. Yep. And we're trying to
figure out dinner.
She pulled up HBO Max on her phone, so we're going to be able to watch a movie after a while.
It debuted today, July 4th, so we are watching Sinners tonight on HBO Max on my phone. And we're supposed to figure out dinner. I think we're leaning towards pizza and beer, because they have alcohol here at Walmart. And we're going to lay back and we are going to have a couple drinks and eat our pizza. And hopefully the cops don't come and make us drive off when I've been drinking.
Anyway, I'll have one. That's all I ever really have. I'll drink one and I'm good. I don't want nothing else. So anyhow, we'll be back after a while. Update y'all on what we're doing. Yeah. All right, so we're hanging out here still at the Berryville Walmart parking lot. And we've been hanging out here for a while now. We got us some dinner and we ate Pizza Hut. It was pretty good. We went to Pizza
Hut and we came in here. He had him a couple pina coladas.
I had a pina colada. It was just a little bitty.
I'm not drinking anything just in case we get ran off. Yeah, I hope we don't, but
there's a lady in the garden center that keeps sitting here and staring out here watching us. But the thing is, we got the
stealth car camping, so
we are.
I'm kind of worried that he's not going to be able to fit back there. It's pretty cramped. I know I'm going to be fine, but him, I'm a little worried. So we'll see
I'm going to turn the camera around. This is our view, and we've already been seeing fireworks out there. So we are actually out here and everything. We've got a really good location, so we can be able to see the fireworks in a little bit. And then there's actually people that are starting to park out here beside us and around us. So we're kind of thinking right now, people think we're just sitting here to watch the fireworks.
There they are. There's some.
So we'll see what happens when the fireworks are over.
Yeah, we're just going to watch them. I think I think there's people actually like they're parking around us to watch fireworks. And they'll never know because they'll just sit here and they'll leave. And it'll be fun.
And then once they leave, we'll still be sitting here. Except we'll crawl in the back and go to sleep.
Yeah, we'll finish. We've already got a couple of stuff. We have curtains hanging up on the back window, and then I have a curtain hanging up on his side in the back. We still got to do the front ones, and this one I've got just a screen on, and I may just leave the screen on. I haven't decided. Can you?
Yep, there it is. I can see it.
I may just leave that screen on because that's not that big a deal. It just depends. If I don't think there's enough privacy, then I'll put the pillowcase up. So,
well,
anyway, sorry, I was looking around.
Other than that, we're going to sit here and watch the fireworks.
Yep.
And we're going to watch a movie here in a little bit.
And be homeless. This is how he says it. We're homeless.
No, she had the dash so piled up with just junk earlier. And it looked like a manager was walking out here. I said, oh, my God, he's going to think we're homeless just sitting out here. And now she won't let it go. So, anyway.
We are kind of homeless.
We're going to watch a movie on her phone here in a little bit. And just hang out, call it a night. So, we will see you guys in the morning. Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning. We survived.
We just woke up and we survived our first night of car camping.
It got really hot.
In Walmart parking lot.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
So freaking hot.
And I was trying to go to sleep and he kept me awake. Like he kept just moving and moving and moving and moving. Finally at 2 o'clock I realized, okay, I'm sweating a little bit. He's probably like hot.
I was baking.
Do you want me to turn the car on? And he was like, yes, please, I'm dying.
It was so hot. We had these little battery-powered fans, and they were not.
It just was not enough with the sunroof up. I think the thing that we have over the sunroof that keeps it protected from bugs, like getting in, like flies and stuff, I think it actually restricts the airflow. And so that did not work.
Yeah.
So
We've got to come up with new
We've got to come up with something else to keep cool during summertime if we do this. Or else this will not be something that we do in summertime.
Yeah, we'll just stick to our tent.
In wintertime, it wouldn't be that bad. As long as it's not like really, really cold outside, because you could just have enough blankets and be fine.
And this little car, I couldn't stretch out back there. I didn't say nothing about that, but oh.
And he kept his shoes on because he was so scared that somebody was going to come to the window and knock on it and make us move. So he slept with his shoes on.
Well, yeah, I didn't want to have to I just wanted to be prepared in case I had to just jump out. I didn't know. It wasn't going to be like that. I've never done this before.
People do this all the time.
Anyway, we survived.
We survived.
Now we're going to go find somewhere to go take our morning tea because we just woke up and find a cup of coffee.
I found a Casey's down the road we're going to go get.
Okay. So we will keep you guys updated on how our day goes. Yep. All right. So we are at the Beaver Dam right outside of Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
At the Beaver Lake. We're just doing a little stopover. We're going to head to Pea Ridge National Military Park, but they're not open till 9. So we got to kill time because it's really early because we got up really early. So we are about to go there, but before there, we decided to stop by here, just a little quick rest stop, and learned why there's so many lakes and dams in Arkansas. I knew it was to prevent flooding. My father had told me that, but I didn't understand exactly. I had never really understood it. They flooded towns years ago just to make lakes, and I never could figure out what was the purpose. Well, this tells us the purpose. So there was a great flood in 1927 on the Mississippi. I do remember hearing about that when I was in school, and I think I studied it a little bit, but yeah, it was pretty bad. It was devastating. And a lot of the tributaries that are on the Mississippi run through Arkansas. If you ever look at the topography of Arkansas, it just has waterways veined all through it. That's what makes it such great farmland, beautiful mountains, as you can see, and things like that. But you can imagine that lake at one time, it was as low as that dam down there. It was a river. It was a river that ran through these deep valleys. So it would rain, and when it would rain, it would flood, and it would make a bowl, basically. It would make its own lake, so to speak, but it wouldn't be this high. But yeah, they were starting to build big cities, you know. They flooded whole towns. Congress is the one that decided to do it. The flood was so devastating in 1927 that they decided they had to rethink everything. And I guess it makes sense because a lot of our lakes are upstream, or they're more towards where the waterways start coming into Arkansas to go to the Mississippi to flow out through the Gulf. And so it makes sense that you would collect the water high and you could control its release as it's trickled down into the Mississippi to prevent things like the Great Flood of 1927. That makes a lot of sense now. I had a light bulb moment. I had known it was flooding. I didn't understand what that meant, but I also didn't tie in that to the Great. I realized that all these dams were built after this time frame. And I was like, oh, that's why. That was the event that kicked it off. That was what made Congress go, we've got to rethink this because it's costing way too much money. Because it was wiping out farming communities and towns, and yeah, so.
And I have actually mentioned in several of our other videos about how most of the lakes in Arkansas are all man-made. And I said something about it in the Heber Springs video on our anniversary camping trip last year, about there used to be an entire town underneath that lake out there that they had flooded out.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense as to why they did that. Is because they had to do something to try to control all of the flooding and all the stuff in there, all the areas. So they actually had to pay the homeowners and the farm owners for their property so that they could be able to.
I would imagine if it was the government. I mean, but then again, they could have just came in and took it. I don't know what the laws were back then, because back then, I don't know. They could have just came in and said, we need it.
It was the 30s, so.
No, the 20s.
The 20s, okay.
Well, it was, Congress acted in 1928. The flood happened in, I think they happened, 1928. The Flood Control Act was in 1928, but the flood was in 1927. So it took a year, but I don't know. That's kind of neat, though, that I kind of figured out, wow, this is how they built it all.
They have the signs showing how they built it and what it would have looked like during the construction.
Yeah.
Actually pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool spot. We're going to hang out here for a minute, and I think we're going to head out.
It shows here they built the bridge and then constructed the actual dam around the bridge.
Yeah.
That's really neat. Yeah. There's several dams in the state that we've driven across, and I thought they all just built them all at one time, but apparently they made the bridge and then put the dam up around it. That's cool. Mm. All right, so now you know, and we will see y'all in a little while when we decide where else we're going to go. All right, so we said that we was going to let you know what else we decided to go do, and here we are. It's pretty early in the morning, and we're killing time until our next destination opens, and it's just like 12 minutes down the road, so we have like an hour to kill, so we decided to stop and play for a little bit. Yeah, she said she wanted to swing, so we're swinging. We stopped at a playground, and we're going to go out, and it's got a little walking trail and some bathrooms, and for now, we're going to swing. So we'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right, so we're going to leave this little park. She finally got done swinging.
We went swinging, and then we did the walking trail. We walked around.
They got a big walking trail out here. And then
as we were walking, I was realizing we kept thinking we were in Missouri. And then I was like, no, Gateway. And then I seen the town hall. And this town hall is just like this little aluminum building with a hand-painted sign that says Gateway Town Hall. And I was like, I've seen that somewhere. I was like, wait a minute. I said, I know this town from somewhere. I said, this town is like on the news. He said, it's famous for something. I said, I don't know. I said, recently I've heard this town, though. And as we're walking down the nature trail, it hits me. I was like, oh, my gosh. I said, this is where that guy, Grant Hardin, was the chief of police at. He recently escaped at Calico Rock. What was it, like a month or two ago?
Yeah, something like that. They
found him. He wasn't far from the prison. So he's back. Just saying, he's back. But this is where he was from. Like, this is where they thought he was going to. Well, this area, because we're up in the Ozarks. We're up in the mountains and the hills and stuff like that. And he didn't. He ended up being like, what it was, like 2 miles away from the prison. So.
Yeah, something like that. He didn't really go anywhere.
He didn't really go far at all.
But the thing is, apparently he was the former police chief here.
Yeah.
And he was arrested for murder or rape and then murder. I guess, I don't know if it's the same person. I don't know all the details.
I don't know all the details either.
I just know rape and murder.
He was on the news lately.
And then he escaped.
And I knew this town as soon as I seen that.
And we heard the name of the town recently.
Yeah. I was like, I know this town. This town sounds so familiar. It was a picture. There was a picture that they had put on some news story I had watched about it, and it showed a picture of the town hall. Mm-hmm. And that's what it was. I was like, I know that little shanty of a town hall from somewhere. Yeah. Like something happened here. And so
But we had no idea. We were just driving by. We had time to kill. We saw this cool little area. We were like, oh cool, let's stop. Let's go swing. And
we had time to kill. We were trying to kill time because we were going to Pea Ridge, and it's a national park, and I guess being Saturday it's not open till 9. Right now it's 8:42, so we'll see. We're going to try, fingers crossed, that it'll be open one by the time we get there.
Yep.
And it won't have to sit there and wait or find somewhere else to sit at until then.
Heck yeah. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here, and we're going to head on to our next place that we're going to go check out. and we will see you guys there.